Greetings. My name is Deacon Alex Horton. I am the local tech administrator and chairperson of the website ministry at Mount Nebo Missionary Baptist Church here in Omaha, Nebraska, the church where fellowship is real. Our pastor is the Pastor T.L. Arvey, and we welcome you to the first video on our YouTube channel. And this is a video that we're going to do for those ministry leaders and those people who have always wanted to, hold a meeting, but you just can't get down to the church because maybe you're too busy or there's just way too many things going on. Or you ever been at the church, and I know this has happened to me personally. You've been at the church, excuse the noise there. You've been at the church and you're trying to find a good quiet place to hold a meeting, and you just can't because there's way too many things going on. Well, you don't have to go down to the church to hold a meeting, even though we would encourage you to. But there's another way that you can hold meetings. If you have an internet access at your house, a computer headphone, or any kind of a headphone, it's not required to have one, and a web browser like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, then you can hold a meeting with a very simple tool called join.me. And I'm going to show you how to download, to invite other users to use this wonderful tool. It is free of charge. You don't have to pay anything for it. So the first thing we're going to do, and for this demonstration, I'm going to be using Google Chrome only because the software that I'm using to record this wonderful video does not play well with Internet Explorer. So I'm using Google Chrome, so the download instructions will be the same to a certain extent. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Google Chrome web browser. As you can see, George Zimmerman ordering up junk food, and another company got hacked into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate in the web browser window. This is very similar to Internet Explorer, to http://join.me. You can also just put join.me in there. The Thunder beat the Spurs. Not to talk smack to pastor. Anyway, here we go. We're on this page here. Join.me. Our condolences to mahogany conferences tables everywhere. So when you get here, what is this join.me, you're asking? Well, what it is, there's a company called LogMeIn, and they specialize in web conferencing, sharing your desktop, conferences and meetings over the internet for people long distances. So you could be, say, in Germany, and you have to have a meeting with somebody, say, in Chicago, Illinois. You could use this software to have a meeting, and you wouldn't pay anything for it. So just a little bit about what it is also. You're going to be using the join.me free version, not the pro version. But here are some things that it uses. First, it uses internet calling. And what internet calling is voice over IP. If you've seen the commercials for Vonage or, companies like that, that's voice over internet protocol. So it sends your voice, chews it up into a bunch of little bits called data, and then it sends it over the internet. And then it unscrambles it and gives it to a person that can hear you talking. So that's just kind of a layman's explanation for it. Screen sharing. Screen sharing is kind of what I'm doing now. I'm actually recording my screen, but screen sharing in this instance is going to be where you're going to actually share your desktop screen, your computer screen, with other people. They'll be able to see what you're doing. Now, that's not something that they can do without your permission. So we'll just alleviate that fear now. Okay? You can have 250 people, if you want to join your meeting at the same time. I don't think that, you'd ever use that many, but, Lord willing, we can have a lot of people there. Also, share control. What share control is if you want a person to show you something. Let's say you have a picture up, or you have something going on your desktop or your computer, where you want them to take control of your screen and show them what they're talking about. Well, you can allow them to control your computer, and then obviously you can, take control. You can grant control to them. Multi-monitor is if you have dual monitors on your computer. You have two screens on your computer. I don't know too many people, other than, ultra nerds that have that kind of stuff. I'm an ultra nerd, but I don't have two, so, take that is what it is. So the chat, you can actually type in, messages to a person. So it's not required that you have a microphone or anything. You can still communicate to people. You just have to type it in. Okay. Send files. You can also send a file to a person. So if you start a meeting, and let's say there's 10 people and 8 other people have what you're going to be sharing on your desktop, and 2 people don't, you can send those files to those 2 people so everybody's on the same page. Then finally, the coolest thing is what you can do if you have an iPad or an iPhone or an Android phone like me. You can download this software, and then what you can do is you can share your desktop with a person who's got their phone like that. So my idea is, for example, Deacon Jerry Dillard. He's the head of our trustees, and he's got an iPhone, bless his heart. And so you can have a meeting with him, and he can see exactly what you're looking at. I could hear him talking about it too. So anyway, that's what all of that is, and that's what we're going to be using today. So let me go back here. So what you want to do first is you want to click on the basic download. Okay, now if I have to remake this movie again, I'm going to be upset. So you can do one or two things. You can share your screen, or you can join somebody's screen. In this instance, you're the person in charge of the meeting, so we're going to share your screen. You want to click this, and if you're using Google Chrome, you'll see this thing pop up that says this type of file can harm your computer. Do you want to keep join.me exe anyway? And all that is just a safety measure that said, hey, are you sure you want to download this? Well, in this case, we do want to download it. So we want to say keep. So what happens is it downloads this software. It's not really large. It's not going to take you forever to do. Okay. Now you'll see join.me.exe. Now I've got a 1 there because I've already downloaded this a couple of times. So it just didn't want to replace what I had there. So it just renamed it. That's not going to happen with you if it's the first time. You can click on it. Now if you're using Internet Explorer, it'll just pop this thing up here that says, do you want to run this file? And it'll say, where you have it at, who it is, logmein.inc. And it's an application, and this is where the file is located at. You want to click run, and what that will do is that will install this software on your computer. At this point, what you want to do is just minimize this by clicking this little dash there, and hopefully you can see this here. Now I'm going to pause this, and actually no, I'm going to keep going here. So what you see here at the top, hopefully, is here. I'll just close this and then I'll reopen it here. Actually, let me do this here. Hopefully you can see this. If not, then So anyway, what you'll see up at the top here is you'll see a link that says join.me and some numbers. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. If you click on that, it'll say copy viewer link to clipboard or send viewer link by email. Now, the send viewer link by email, excuse me, will actually open up your email program, whatever your email program is. I happen to have Outlook by Microsoft, and it will automatically type up an email for you that you can send to multiple people. And you can send it to all of those people that you want to join your call. Another thing to look at here is this right here. And what it is Join.me also gives you the ability to start a non toll-free conference call. And what that means is you can talk to people on your phone by dialing this 415 number in this case. And then there's an access code that you would punch in with the pound key at the end. And then you could talk to one another. Now, the drawback with that is that it's a long distance phone call. Now, if you're talking for an hour, you've got long distance on your cell phone or whatever, or you're not that big of a, if it's not that big of a deal for you to use long distance, then by all means go right on ahead and do it. If not, because if you do it this way, you don't have to have an internet access to do it. So you can still have somebody join the conference call even if they can't see your screen. So that's what that would be for. Now, I'm going to close that. And we'll click this X button, the exit button. It says exit join.me. Keep join.me on my desktop. You want to say exit and keep that clicked. Because what it'll do is it'll throw a link up there for you. So getting back to this, you'll see these numbers up here once again. Again, we'll get back to that in a minute. So let's start from left to right. So the leftmost button that you see here is one called Conference Access. And what that does, when you click it, it will allow you to be able to talk to one another via voice, that voice over IP, the VoIP that we talked about earlier on the internet. And all you do is you click the connect button.
You are the first caller in the conference. The conference will begin when the next party joins.
Okay. So now, if another person were to log into my conference on a computer with a microphone, they'd be able to talk to me over the internet, which is pretty cool. You don't have to use your phone, and your phone's free, and you don't have to, have your headset up to your ear or whatever. So let me disconnect that part there. The next one here is a chat feature. This is the old typo here. You want to type something to somebody. Now, right now, there's nobody logged in. So let's go ahead and get somebody logged in here. I'm going to just use my phone, my Android phone. I just happen to already have this program downloaded onto my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and log into this meeting. So that takes us to these numbers up here. So these 9 numbers, it's your meeting number, okay? And you would give that out to people that you want to join and share your desktop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type these numbers in with my cell phone. And then what we'll see is somebody joining this meeting. So let's say 316-824-059. And they will be different every time you launch this application. So every time you hold a meeting, you'll get different numbers. So now it says the first participant has joined, and that would be me on my cell phone. So in the chat here, if I close this and then reopen it, down here you'll see viewer 1. That would be my cell phone. All is everybody in the chat room. Okay. So on my phone, I'll go ahead and send myself a message. And I'll just say, I'll send it to me, the presenter, and then I'll say, yo, you, exclamation point. Now, I got a yo, you. So I can reply to viewer 1, or I can type it to everybody. And I can say, sub. And I just got a text back from, not a text, but a message back that says sub there. Okay. Now, I actually just jumped out of that meeting, I think. Here, let's see. No, it says I'm still there. Let me join back in there. Okay, so now, since I'm still in the meeting, I can do another thing here. Let me close this here. And over here is the pause screen button. Since I'm sharing my desktop, let's say I want to, I've got something open and I want to go to the next thing, and I don't want people to see what I'm doing here. So what I can do is I can pause this here, and then what I can do is I can open up something else. So I'll go ahead and let's say I want to say the Spurs got beat today, which they did. Okay. And then in another program, I want to say the Celtics are whiners. Okay. Celtics. Got the S there. That would be singular for all you teachers. Okay. So let's say I didn't want them to see this one over here. So what I would do is I would minimize this, and let's say that the meeting is going right now. You say it says as your screen is being shared. So what they can see right now is this right here. Okay. But I want to go ahead and switch screens. So I can pause this. I can close this. I'm not going to save that. The Spurs were taken care of this evening by the Thunder. And I've got this next one up here. Let's say I didn't want people to see that. I want to make a change to it. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I don't want to say the Celtics are whiners. I want to say Kobe Bryant and the Lakers are whiners. Okay. So now I can share my desktop, and that's what I would see. Okay. So that's what this button does. The next one just tells you how many people are in the conference with you. Real simple. Just shows you who's on your meeting. Okay. And then this one here, which is grayed out right now. Let me close this and don't save it. What this does, this is the share control button. Now, right now, I'm not logged into another computer, but I can be. So let me go ahead and do that now. Hopefully, this button over here will ungray itself and turn. There it goes, right there. So now there are 3 people that are in this meeting. I've got my cell phone, my other laptop, and this one. Okay, and I can see it moving on the other one. So what this share control button allows the person to do. Let's say I say, you know what, I'm doing some stuff and I want somebody to show me how to, I don't know, let's say I want somebody to show me how to use my Windows Media Player on my computer. This is just a, example. How do I add songs to my media player? I don't know how to do it. Well, I can go up here and say, who knows how to do that? Well, I know how to do that. Okay, well, you show me how to do it. So now the person who is viewer number 2 has control. So now I'm moving that mouse. So anyway, that's what this program is really used for, and it's really nifty. It allows you to do a lot of things via the internet and over IP. Actually, let's see if we can do the voice thing here. Let me mute that there, and I'll connect here.
First conference. The conference will begin when the next party joins.
I don't know if you guys can hear that, but let's go ahead and
You will now be placed into the conference.
you will now be placed into the conference. Uh-oh, I got feedback there. So that's what that sounds like, but I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. But in any case, it's a pretty nifty tool. I would encourage people to use it. I will include a link to the join.me as well as maybe I'll just put the executable out there for you. So in any case, this is Deacon Horton, once again, from Mount Nebo Missionary Baptist Church, church where fellowship is real. And we hope to see somebody soon using this tool. And if you have any questions or concerns, just give us a call at the church. We are in the phone book, or send us a message through the email on our website at www.mountneboomaha.org. Have a blessed one.